All right, Shalom. My name is Sis Rhea Shines, and I am coming at you with a head wrap tutorial. One of my sisters asked me a while ago if I can do a head wrap tutorial for her, and I have time to do it today. So here we go. So mine is a simple method. It is actually my favorite one to go to. There are a few different methods. Let me show you how my hair looks up underneath. All right, so usually I put my hair in a little poof like this. I don't always have the braid right here, all right? But today, since I have it, it's kind of perfect. And I actually just have like a little head wrap. I mean, not a head wrap, a little scrunchie kind of holding myself together. I've been trying to use more of the silk one so that it doesn't rip out my hair as much. But so basically, here is my scarf. I don't really know how long it is, so y'all please forgive me. But it's a pretty good sized scarf. Look, I'm standing on my tippy toes to try to show y'all I'm not that tall, all right? But it's okay. All right, so for this size scarf with this length, I will start like this on my head, and then I'll just wrap it. Hold on one second. Kind of like getting it centered a little bit so that both sides of the scarves are even. Both sides of the scarf are even. Okay, and then there's little parts that hang down here. So I usually just do this. Hopefully I'm not going too fast. And I tuck it just a little bit here so it doesn't look too saggy or lumpy. And then, all right, so I'm putting it together, and then I'm kind of wrapping it together like this. All right, and I don't know why, but I don't like my scarf all the way on my ears. It starts to hurt after a little bit for me. All right, so I crossed it together like this. Okay, and it actually like pushed up the middle some too when I was wrapping it. And if you are weary about your edges, make sure that you don't wrap your scarf way too tight, because it does pull at your edges. A lot of times I actually wear one of these at the bottom. I have a bonnet. I have a really big pink one that is actually really good for padding up underneath or support up underneath your scarf. But sometimes I like kind of push the middle in a little bit more. All right, and then you can either tie it like this, but sometimes I just leave it like this. All right, and then I just kind of go with the flow of how my head is feeling that day. So then, and it's starting to lift up a little bit. You can always like tie it lower, but this one specifically sometimes gets a little bit crazy because of these pieces here. But then you just wrap it like this. Okay, so I don't do like a ton of tying, but sometimes I do. All right, and sometimes I actually don't mind these little pieces hanging out. All right, I actually think they're pretty cute. But then, all right, so I'm done doing that part. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and tuck these in here. Okay, sometimes I lift this part up just a little bit more. All right, and just kind of tuck this a little bit more so it looks neater. Okay, there we go. And if you don't like these pieces, you can always just put them up underneath. The good thing is about these scarves sometimes is that sometimes you can even lift them up more like this. And I'm just doing more in the back as well so that it looks neat. All right, and if you can't tell, I try to be really mindful of my edges. My Lord really helps me to remember, don't be snatching them edges off now, honey. So there we go. All right, that is head wrap tutorial number 1 for you. Lord's will, I will be back again another day with another head wrap tutorial. I'll try to be mindful of when I put them on, but I hope this helps. If you have any questions or any suggestions that you need, let me know. But we call this one the pineapple head wrap. All right, y'all. Shalom.